Richard mentioned it pre-match. 25 years since the last league double of the Sheffield Eagles. We've gone and done it now. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, look, we was fantastic first half. We did everything that we spoke about. We put the ball where we needed to put it and put pressure on them, and we executed when we needed to execute. I think the second half just became a catalogue of errors on both sides. I think we managed just a 55% completion rate, and they wouldn't have been much. They'd have been close to that as well. So we did give them opportunity to get back in the game, but they just didn't take it. We managed to keep them at bay and come away with the spoils.
You mentioned that first half. Obviously, the three tries, obviously, were the highlights, but that first half especially were fantastic, weren't it?
Yeah, look, we made them work. We put them in corners. We kicked. Our last tackle plays again weren't great, but we moved them down the field, travelled down the field comfortably, and got us in areas where we could have a shot and have a little probe on their D, and we managed to execute and come away with some really good tries.
That second half, obviously, you mentioned the completion there. The defence, though, to keep them out for as long as we did.
Yeah, we did. We got to test our online D. I think there's one point they had 5 sets on our line, and we managed to repel that. But then we gifted them another couple of sets, and it finally caught up with us, and they managed to get over. But yeah, look, it got some minutes into some fellas we needed. Polly in the middle got his legs and lungs tested, which was great for us and great for him moving forward.
There were a spell in that second half of penalties going our way. Our discipline in that second half really gave us a platform, didn't it?
Yeah, we've been pretty good all year. It hadn't been something that we've had an issue with, but it crept in a bit. I think a bit of frustration with the errors that we were creating. Just crept into our D and came up with a few high shots or some pushing, shoving, which just created them an opportunity to get down our end of the field and have a shot at really getting back in the game.
People see the scoreline, it looks kind of like we've blown them away, but especially that second half, it could have gone kind of either way at any point, couldn't it? That second half?
Yeah, look, we gifted them opportunities, and they were just as bad as we were in the second half, with errors and a couple of penalties, which just let us off the hook really. So yeah, we need to be better at managing the game. When we've got a comfortable lead, we didn't do that. We offered them an opportunity to come back into it, but we were quite fortunate. Like I said, they didn't have any halves in the natural halves or halves that have been with the club for a period of time. They just didn't have that flow, to their attack to break us down.
Feels like we talk about him every week at the moment. Them 2 tries from Gabby takes him joint top try scorer in the league. He's just getting better and better, isn't he?
Look, yeah, I think they were a little bit easier for him this week than him creating and skipping away from kick plays. A great ball by Hawley on his first, and a great pick up on the kick from Connor. So look, he's in great form. He's been a bit of a find for us. He's the rest of the boys are all contributing into his performance, because if we're not on the front foot and we're not getting in them areas to put him in them spaces, he didn't score them, he didn't get them.
Away from Gabby, throughout the entire team, it seemed to be good performances today, especially from Greg Burns as well.
I thought Burnsy was outstanding today. I thought the minutes, he did 65 minutes, and what he did within that just laid the platform for us, especially first half. His work rate was unreal from marker, shutting down their ball, playing middles, and just give our edges time to defend what was coming at them.
We know how good our support is home and away, but today it felt like an home game, didn't it, with the Dons fans that have travelled?
Look, the Dons fans are fantastic. They know we've got this period on the road, and they're getting behind us. That our performances have been good. They'll travel with us to most venues. We've got that group of loyal fans that come week in, week out, and it's great to see them down here. Hopefully, with the results, we'll get a few more.